Hi again everybody, just another quick video, give you an update on this Mazak Rot situation regarding this Royal Scot. I spoke to trading standards and they were completely unhelpful, and their response to me was if it's Hornby's policy to use cheap metal in their process, or not give me the complaints procedure, or not give me the name, the contact details rather, of their MD, Lyndon Davies. They can do whatever they like. They don't have to do anything, and there's nothing I can do. So, in other words, go screw yourself. As far as having any complaint against Hornby is concerned regarding this Mazak Rot, when I tried to explain that it was a manufacturing process that they implemented that caused these things to literally fall apart, they didn't want to know. Couldn't care less. I find these days, if you ring customer services in any walk of life, whether it's I don't know, it's insurance company or power company, whoever, the quality of service you get is highly dependent on the person you get on the phone. I've noticed in a lot of situations you can get a customer service person who's extremely helpful and understands your concerns, and other times you can get people who couldn't care less. You're a thorn in their side. They can't be bothered. Maybe they're having a bad day, whatever, but the quality of service you get is highly dependent, not just on the person you get on the call centre, whether it's in the UK or India or Pakistan, wherever. Quality of service is highly dependent on who you get. I received an email from Hornby yesterday telling me go to hell, in other words. They're not prepared to help. What they failed to realise, which I'll explain in a minute, to do with Mazak Rot, is a situation, a precedence they established in 2015, which I'll explain in a minute. But what he said to me yesterday was, I didn't have a receipt as proof of purchase. The locomotive is more than 12 months old. Therefore, there's nothing you can do. There's no help they can give me. They can't get the parts, blah, 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 blah. Go away. Which I was extremely annoyed about. But what Hornby, they'd obviously forgotten, because it was the same person, and I won't mention names, who dealt with a complaint I had in 2015. And I have a letter signed by this person, and this person went on to tell me about a Class 31 that had exactly the same problem. And I returned to Hornby, and they told me it was to do with Mazak Rot, a manufacturing process, blah, 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 blah. They told me that this locomotive, this Class 31, was produced in 2005, and in 2015, the letters dated 2015 said to me, they apologised, can't get the parts anymore, I didn't need the receipts, and so on and so on and so on. And they gave me £100 to use off one of their locomotives, and I find their locomotives too expensive anyway. If you shop around, you can get them far cheaper than Hornby are asking for them. But they set the precedence. I didn't have a receipt then. I couldn't remember who I purchased it off. And because they accepted all that, as far as I'm concerned, that set the precedence to do with the Royal Scot. They can't pick and choose, in my opinion anyway. what they will accept one minute and not the next. What I have is I now have the postal address for Lyndon Davies, and I'm putting the letter together now. I'm going to put a copy of this letter from Hornby in with it, which clearly sets the precedence as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to outline my concerns with customer services. I'm going to mention the Daily Mail as well, and how many dissatisfied customers Hornby have out there. A lot of the time it's to do with customer services being so poor. If I use Bachman as another example, is whenever I ring Bachman or email Bachman, I get a response the same day, and I get an intelligent response. If I need a part, they always have that part in stock, and within 2 days I have it. Hornby, for example, doesn't matter what I ask for, they never seem to have it. And whenever I ask them the same question via their messaging system, it takes weeks for them to respond. So if they want to compete in this market against the likes of Bachman, they have to improve. That Lyndon Davies, by the way, is also chairman of Oxford Diecast. I emailed them as well for his contact details days ago, and they haven't responded. I don't know, is it typical these days in this country? People can't be bothered? Are they under so much pressure to produce? And Hornby are sort of working on a shoestring, as it were, and just-in-time management. In other words, they only buy stock when they need it. They don't have a surplus. I understand why lots of companies don't have a surplus. But to have situations like I did with my 08, where the wheels failed and the rods failed, Peter Spurs and so on can't get them. Hornby have no idea when they're going to get them. What I've actually done is I've purchased the donor Class 08, and it's the same. So what I'm going to do is just swap the wheels and rods over to my Class 08, which is a highly detailed Class 08, as is this, but it's been weathered and it looks really nice. But you would have thought rods and wheels would be easy to get hold of. Some are, but it just happens that mine are impossible. This, by the way, is a new toy I've discovered. It tests just about every electrical component you can find. It tests LEDs, SMDs, resistors, capacitors, you name it, it'll test it. I won't go into what each of these things mean, what they do, unless someone wants me to one day. Explain what these multifunction testers do. I put a resistor in. With my eyesight, I can never see the bands to tell me what resistor values that this is. And all the others, I've got quite a few different resistors. I can always use my multimeter. But this, if I switch it on, hopefully you should see it, it'll test it, and then it'll come back and tell me it's a resistor, which port it's in, and its value. This is a 1K resistor. It's fairly accurate. It's not 100%. I would have thought there was a margin plus or minus. Well, there is, depending on the is it gold and silver? Well, I can't remember now. The gold band or silver band is plus or minus a percentage of. It could be above or below 1K. Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, so this is brilliant. If people want me to go into detail what this is, how to use it, please let me know. But it's brilliant for testing. I use it to test LEDs, SMDs and so on, to make sure they work, and the values and so on, and resistors, so I know what resistor to use again, with my poor eyesight, I can't see the bands. So that's it. If I get a response from Lyndon Davis, I'll let you know. And that's it. Thanks very much.